We're getting ready to make some dandelion jelly, and I'm going to start off by basically just making a tea. So I have 2 quarts of water in here, and I have about 1 packed quart of dandelion. Just took the dandelions, pinched them off at the stem, shook them off, and all of the little petals came off. To start this, you're going to pour, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Put all of the dandelions that you got into the water, and turn your water on to boil. So I'm gonna put mine on high and bring that up to a boil. When it comes to a boil, I'm going to cover it, let it come down to a simmer, and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. All we're doing right now is just making a tea. This has come to a full boil. I am now going to reduce the heat to low, cover it, and let it simmer. The timer on for 20 minutes. As we said before, you needed 2 quarts of water and then 1 quart of the packed dandelion petals, and then you need 1 box of pectin or 6 tablespoons. This is the kind of pectin that I use. And then you also are going to need 5 cups of sugar. That does sound like a lot of sugar, but don't adjust it because you need that pectin to sugar ratio to make this recipe work. You're also going to need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Okay, so this was simmering for 20 minutes. I let it steep for a while. Now you can see that the dandelions basically I've made the tea out of it. So I'm gonna strain it. One of the perks of this pot is it has little holes in it that you can use to strain. I'm gonna do like a double strain here. I'm only going to need 3 cups of this liquid, so everything else that I have left over, I'm just gonna use as a tea. I'm gonna take my spoon and just kind of press out the rest of the liquid. You can see there's still a lot in there, so I'm gonna just press it out a little bit, and then I'm going to strain the rest. Okay, now I need to use that same old pot that I had because we're gonna heat all the stuff back up, and I'll be right back. I'm going to need 3 cups of that liquid that we just pulled out, so I'm gonna measure that out. Now I have my 3 cups of liquid. We'll turn the heat on. I'm gonna add my lemon juice and the pectin. Stir that in really good. We're gonna bring this to a boil for 1 minute. Starting to boil up in there, so I'm gonna set a timer for 1 minute. Okay, that was 1 minute. I'm going to add my sugar. Stir that in very, very well. Take it off the heat just a little bit. Switch to a whisk to really incorporate all that sugar in there. Now I need it to come back up to a boil that I cannot stir down. So that's what we're waiting for. We're gonna set the timer for another minute after that, and then we're ready to ladle into our jars. Make sure you keep stirring it as it's coming up to a boil because you don't want it to burn. So you still want to kind of gently just stir it, and on occasion just kind of scrape down the sides with your whisk. We can't stir down this boil, so that means we're going to start our 1 minute timer. You got to stir it the whole time because you don't want your stuff to burn. Okay, that's done. Turn off our heat. I'm gonna push it back just a little bit and get ready to ladle my jars. Using a funnel, I'm going to ladle into my jars that have been cleaned and sanitized.
We want to fill these jars to a 1/4 inch headspace. That means we want to be 1/4 inch from the rim of the jar.
I got 6 half pints and 1 half cup that we're probably gonna just consume right away. You wanna wipe off your rims. I already did these, so I'm gonna wipe off these 2. And then you put on your flats. Your flats have to be new, but your rings can be used. So put on all of your flats first. And then add in your rings, finger tight. The jars are hot, so be very careful. Before ladling in your hot jelly in here, make sure that your jars are a little warm already, so just hot tap water will work. Just, you don't want cold jars getting hit with hot jelly. That'll create a temperature shock in there. Okay, so just make sure all of these are finger tight. Now, you can water bath these for 10 minutes or steam can them, and I'm gonna use my Carey to steam can these. If you want a water bath, you just completely submerge them in the water up and leave 1 to 2 inches above them. Bring it to a roaring boil. Set the timer for 10 minutes, and once the 10 minutes are over, then you're done with that piece. All right, in my Carey, I just plugged it in so far, and there's 4 cups of water with that little riser under there. I'm going to put these in. All right, so I have all my jars in there. I didn't need to double stack because I only had the small ones. I'm going to latch it. You can tell I've used this a lot because stuff's starting to wear off. And then I'm gonna put this on vent. We're going to hit water bath, set the time for 10 minutes, and hit start.
Okay, this is gonna go around for a little bit until it reaches the steaming portion. Once you hear the steam, you can hit start and it will start the timer. For the older Carey models, you can just let it go without hitting start and it'll start timing down on its own.
It's really starting to steam up now. Show you up top what it looks like. I wonder if I can... It just turned to 10 minutes. Some people have said on the new Careys you have to hit start again after you hear the steam. So once you see your steam, hit start and your 10-minute timer will start.
If yours steams for a full minute and hasn't gone to the countdown mode, go ahead and just hit start.
All right, we have 1 minute left. I'm going to show you what it does when it's done. It just beeps 3 times to let me know that it's done. It's going to naturally turn off the heat on its own. Still dying down a bit, so I'm just going to get my little towel set up here while it's finishing up. Okay, it's almost done. Okay, once you can turn it, that means the lock is down. You can also lift it. So now I'm in the open position. You're gonna lift it away from you so you don't burn yourself. Oop, you can hear them pinging in there. To use a jar lifter to get them out. Be careful, they are very, very hot still. Ooh. All done for the night. I'm gonna just leave them on this towel overnight, and in the morning I'm going to remove the rings, label them with the date and the dandelion jelly on here, and we'll be good to go.
If you like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below what you want to see next. Also, if you haven't done so already, you can click on my face to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye!